and it is good. Jake Bates throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone, left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield, spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. The AFC Championship game is kickoff is moments away. We're going to figure out who goes to Santa Clara for Super Bowl 60. Either the New England Patriots or the Denver Broncos. Jarret Stidham trying to pull his best Nick Foles impression here. And man, New England, they've been having a really solid year. Going against this playoff run has been against some really tough defenses, and they're managing to pull away with wins in all of them. This one could be a bit different though on the road. Drake Maye's first road start in his playoff career in Denver. They arrived here about 20 hours or so ago, so they're really trying to make sure that this altitude does not play a massive factor. It's just a get in, get out type of game for them. We will see. The big thing is, again, in these playoffs, the Patriots offense, they're playing well enough to get some wins, but that's in large part because their defense has been playing fantastically as well. Drake Maye has been sacked a few times, has fumbled a few times. So we'll see how it does against this Denver defense, which is also a really damn good defense. Again, this game being in Denver is going to play a role whether they try to make it that way or not. The nature of things, playing on the road in the playoffs. We'll see. This is probably pretty much firmly like the final test for New England, as I think if they get through this, most of the questions have been answered entering the Super Bowl. But a road playoff game, it's going to be interesting to see how Drake Maye looks in this one. I'm expecting this to be a defensive showing just because, again, Jarret Stidham being out and how New England has played these playoffs so far. But time will tell. Kickoff is moments away. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. It's again similar to when the Bills played the Broncos. Although I do have the Patriots jersey behind me. I do not want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The Broncos have, with RJ Harvey, someone I really liked in college, watching him in person. I'm rocking the UCF jersey where he went to school as well, just to, like, make sure that there's nothing going here with New England. This is going to be interesting. I'm hoping the key thing with Jarret Stidham in this game is he just needs to control the ball. As long as he doesn't turn it over, I think that this game is going to be close, and I think the Broncos can find a way. But he just needs to keep control of the ball and have this be a field position type of game. What's up, T-Fox? It's going good. Was able to relax a bit this morning. Leading up to this, I had some errands to run. Yeah, but now really the only game I have something at stake in this one. I do not want the Patriots to win. But we'll see. Yeah, I can tell with some of the stuff you've been saying. We have kickoff moments away. Yeah, Denver's gonna be loud. Like Drake Maye has played fine in the first 2 rounds, but a road playoff game is the last hurdle they need to get over. The atmosphere is going to make a difference. The atmosphere of the stadium and the atmosphere of Denver itself. I wouldn't be shocked if we see the Patriots get ball first. Just to put that little bit more pressure on Drake Maye. But at the same time, like, if you can get Jarret Stidham into a rhythm early. Yeah, but a playoff road environment is different from the road environments he played in the regular season. All right, the Broncos will get the ball first in this one. Like, this is probably going to be the loudest environment Drake Maye has played in his career so far, both college and NFL. Kickoff is underway. The AFC Championship game begins with a touchback in the end zone. The Broncos will begin from the 35. So out comes Jarret Stidham, making his first start in over 2 years. Again, if he can just if he can just not turn the ball over, I think the Broncos offense can get enough done with how their defense is expected to be playing in this. Yeah, that's going to be a fun game release tomorrow. I have no expectations for how that game's going to perform. All right, so Stidham under center. Back behind him, 3 receivers to the right. Man in motion, right to left. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to fight his way for a yard, maybe 2. All right. That is, I believe, RJ Harvey on the carry. Yep. Probably. Apparently, people that have played high guard says it's good. I have no interest in it, though. I'm already behind on games I want to play. All right, Stidham under center. Back and fullback behind him. 2nd and 9 from their own 31. Gonna hand this off up the middle once again, and that's gonna get about nowhere. There's no movement up front from that offensive line. Yeah, it's back to the line. They're saying 3rd and 9 coming up. Yeah, we're not able to get a push at all up front. All right. So Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. 3rd and 9. They're really moving that receiver on the left side a lot. Okay. Stidham looking to throw for the first time today. Pressure coming, rolling right, and the ball's going to be incomplete along that right side. Tyler Batty, the nearest receiving option. So the Broncos go 3 and out to begin the game. Again, the key thing is you're going to be playing the field position battle. Good work for Denver in this one. Yeah, that left side of the line got beat. Both tackle and guard. Yeah, it's probably going to be a defensive game and an ugly one at that. I would not be surprised. The real high powered action is going to be tonight with the Rams and Seahawks. All right, punt comes off somewhat clean. Going to be out of bounds roughly inside the 10. And it'll be a really good punt, actually. Yeah, out of bounds at the 8. So the Patriots will start backed up in their own territory. And out comes Drake Maye for the first time today. This is another example of a game I wish I could have proper sound without needing to put on a headset. Because I would really like to properly hear how loud it is at this game. Yeah. My bracket would be mostly if the Rams win tonight, my entire NFC would be correct. The only thing I would have wrong mainly is the Bills losing in the wild card, or the Bills winning in the wild card, and the Texans losing in the divisional. Maye under center, back behind him. Handoff up the middle is going to be Ramondre Stevenson, past the 10 to about the 13. Like, I would be happy getting the entire NFC correct. All right, 2nd and 5. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball in roughly their own 13. Maye going to hand this off once again up the middle, and that's going to be stuffed at the line for no gain. Ramondre Stevenson on the carry. So a 3rd and 5 coming up for New England. Yeah. Yeah, because my AFC Championship prediction initially before the playoffs started was Texans Patriots. So I definitely did expect New England to get this far. It's just I didn't have them, beating Houston last week. Maye in shotgun looking to throw. First pass attempt of the game. Pass left side's dangerous into triple coverage. And incomplete. Trying to fit one in there to Stephon Diggs. And luckily that ball falls to the ground. Is Hufanga on the pass breakup. And the Patriots go 3 and out. Those are the plays that Denver has to capitalize on. It goes through Hufanga's hands. Those are the exact plays Denver's going to need to come up with if they're going to be able to win this game. You cannot be giving the Patriots breaks like that. All right, so the punt comes off clean. Going to be fair caught at return from the 41 and gets brought down to the 40. All right. 12 minutes of play in the first. And I'm going to assume a commercial break here. Yeah. Yep, at commercial break now. All right. Like, those were the exact plays that Denver's going to need to capitalize off of. Yep, at commercial break. All right, so 2 3 and outs begin this game, as well as 2 incompletions on 3rd down. New England ended the week as a 3.5 point favorite. Actually, a smaller line than I thought it was gonna be. Oh yeah, Harold Landry's a big inactive for New England today. That's gonna be interesting to see. Meanwhile, the Broncos, I believe, are without Troy Franklin as well as their center Alex Forsyth. So yeah, a few things on their end as well. Again, I expect this to be a bit more of a defensive game. Time will tell. As we're still at commercial break. At commercial break. Damn, the Atlanta Hawks are assigning 2 of their younger players to the G League. Crazy. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Denver's second drive for the game coming up. They went 3 and out on the first. Gonna have some better starting field position here for this one, though. So we'll see. What can Jarret Stidham do? Stidham in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receivers to the left. Motion in the back now to his right in the backfield. Ball on roughly their own 41 as Stidham looks to throw. Pressure coming, dancing in the pocket, rolling right, buying time. Gonna pass this one right side, and that is incomplete. Looking for RJ Harvey deep down the field. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Might have been out of bounds anyway. As there is now also a penalty marker down. Jarret Stidham has had 4 career starts in it. Man. First QB all time with 0 pass attempts in the season and then start a conference championship. And yeah, penalties illegal touching against Denver. So it'll just be a loss of down, 2nd and 10 coming up. Might as well just been declined. Yeah, and he never, never properly reestablished himself, I guess, is what they're saying. Either way, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Stidham in shotgun, 4 receivers to the left. Gonna motion one of them towards the right. So it's 3 to the left, 2 to the right. New England stacking the box. Stidham making some adjustments at the line. Man in motion, right to left. Stidham going to look to throw. Quick pass right side's a tiny bit off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Marvin Mims. He had the blockers out there. Stidham just put it a little bit too far up the field. Even then, Mims, he had control of it a little bit with that one hand. Just couldn't quite bring it in. But that, again, that's another play where that play was going to work if it was just completed pass. So 3rd and 10, Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Trying to avoid back-to-back 3 and outs to begin this game. Stidham looking to throw for the 3rd time this drive. Has some time. Deep shot right side. Has a man inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and down to the 6. It's Marvin Mims Jr. The Broncos are inside the red zone at 1st and goal. Just like that. A 52-yard play for Denver. Yeah, I mean, that's just Marvin Mims torching that defense. He burns Christian Gonzalez. And Stidham places that pass perfectly. Alright, you just need like 2 or 3 more of those throughout the game, and you're fine. Now the big thing is you need to find the end zone off this. And someone's calling a timeout here as well. I believe it's... Was it Denver calling a timeout? Yeah, Denver's calling their first timeout. Alright. Again, that's all you need. Getting Marvin Mims involved is going to be massive. He is another one of those players that can just make plays in space. Getting the ball in his hands is going to be a big factor of this. And that I mean, that wasn't exactly what I was thinking when, you want to get Mims involved, but if you can take those deep shots, you're going to. Stidham under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the New England 7-yard line. Man in motion, right to left. First and goal, gonna hand this off right side. Makes one man miss behind the line and gonna fight his way for roughly a yard. It's Pat Bryant on the carry on the jet sweep. So a second and goal coming up. All right. Created something out of nothing there, as New England should have blown that play up for a loss of like 4. Instead, you get a yard. You'll take that. Stidham under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, right to left. Play action looking to throw. Stidham rolling right, pass, end zone, wide open. Portland Sudden. The Broncos strike first. They lead early on here in the first. Hey, that's a solid drive. Jarret Stidham, his first career playoff touchdown, puts the Broncos up 6, potentially 7. Hey, that was a solid drive. Yeah, Cortland Sutton wide open in that back corner of the end zone. Easy pitch and catch. First pass touchdown since January 7th of 2024. Extra points up and good. All right, Jarret Stidham, I see. And we're heading to a commercial break after that as well. I am shocked of how good that drive was. But that is exactly what Denver wanted. To get the early lead, allow your defense to be able to play with the lead, be able to be a bit more aggressive. And now, like, if Denver plays this well enough and can get to that 2-score lead early, we'll see. But yeah, at commercial break. We will see. Honestly, so Stidham is looking pretty solid. He's looking pretty solid. Just had a touchdown pass on the second drive of the game for Denver. And it was a solid one. Also had a nice deep shot to Marvin Mims. I mean, the key thing with him is he just needs to take what the defense gives him at times. And if that is a 50-plus yard play to Marvin Mims, then yeah, you take it. Yeah, that was a solid drive for Denver. Okay, he's also 2 for 6 right now, but those are two good completions. You take what you can get. As we're at commercial break, waiting to see how New England responds. We shall see. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Denver set to send this one away. We'll see how New England responds. They went 3 and out on the opening drive, including a pretty rough pass from Drake Maye that was nearly picked off. Kickoff underway can be returned beginning from the 3, space up past the 20, 25, past the 30, and brought down near the 32. All right, so Drake Maye taking the field. What you got? Oh, a snowplow for a New England one? Yeah, because I get it. That snowplow game was decades ago, but still. Maye in shotgun, back to his left. Tight end in the backfield to his right. Going to look to throw. Has some time. Dump off right side for Stephon Diggs. Going to get to about the 38, 39-ish. So second and relatively short coming up. 10 minutes to go in the first. They're saying 2nd and 6 on the broadcast. All right. Yeah, it's definitely more so a 2nd and 4. I don't know what CBS's broadcast is on. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to hand this off right side. And that is Ramondre Stevenson being stood up a yard shy of the first. Gain of 3 up to roughly the 42. So a 3rd and 1 for New England. All right. Again, just getting the offense into a rhythm in this. I imagine part of their idea is going to be getting the ball out relatively quick. Yeah, I would be here for a Jarret Stidham, Nick Foles run. Maye in shotgun, back behind him. Going to hand this off up the middle. And that should be enough for the first. Just barely. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. A gain of about a yard. Like, I would so be here for a Jarret Stidham, Nick Foles type run. Mainly just because I don't want New England to make the Super Bowl again just yet. Maye in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. 1st and 10 from roughly their own 43. Maye making adjustments at the line. Play clock winding down. We're at under 5 seconds. Snap comes off in time. Quick throw, left side, going to be caught by Stephon Diggs. Breaks off 1 tackle, but still going to be brought down behind the line. It's a loss of roughly 2 for Stephon Diggs. All right. So a 2nd and 12. Like, you getting New England to these like 2nd and long, 3rd and long, these obvious passing situations, and give you a chance to capitalize on the offensive line that's been a bit weak in these playoffs. All right, 2nd and 12. Maye in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Motion the tight end left to right. Get the snap off in time as Maye looks to throw. Has some time. Pass deep left side. Gonna be incomplete. Batted away by Patrick Surtain II as Maye was looking for Kayshon Boutte. So a 3rd and 12 coming up in these 3rd and long scenarios. This is where Denver can thrive. That's great coverage from PS2. Yeah, that is just fantastic coverage. That ball was never getting home. All right, 3rd and 12. 7:27 to play in the first. Play clock winding down. Maye in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Maye dump off over the middle. Going to be Stephon Diggs and going to be brought down shortly after catching that. Gain of only 3. The Patriots now have a 4th and 9, and we'll see what they decide to do here. Denver had a free rusher off that left side, just waiting for Drake Maye to hang on to that ball in an extra second. Yeah, if Maye did not release that ball sooner, Nick Bonito was right there to lay him out. He completely blew past that left tackle, which I believe is Will Campbell. And yeah, New England will punt. From their own 44. Punt comes off clean. Going to let bounce near the 27. And down at the 22-ish. Not great. Not a great pun. Well, then Denver's defense was always going to be able to put up a fight in this game. The question was just, can the offense minimize mistakes so that way New England doesn't have the same chances they did against Houston? As long as they can minimize those turnovers, they're gonna have a solid chance in this. Because their defense is also that good. It's not quite Houston level, but it is up there. Yep, at commercial break. Well, the weather is a lot better in this game than it did for Houston. But yeah, Jarret Stidham needs to have not necessarily a complete opposite game as CJ Stroud did. He just needs to have minimal turnovers. I wouldn't be shocked if Denver's also simplified the playbook a bit for Stidham, at least early on in this one, just to get him into a rhythm. But we're starting to get a bunch of commercial teasers for the Super Bowl. That's cool. If the Broncos win today, Jarret Stidham would never have to pay for a drink or food in Denver again. No matter what restaurant he walks into, he will get complimentary food and drinks. And then if they win the Super Bowl, they might as well just give him the key to the city. I mean, Nick Foles got Super Bowl MVP that year, if I'm not mistaken. So it could happen. Because this would be Denver winning the AFC Championship game for the first time since 2015. And he is coming in on a week's notice after Bo Nix broke his ankle. And so it would be a very impressive thing for him to do to win this one. Like, already, just by him being a Bronco, he probably gets complimentary stuff. But that's going to go up once if they win this. Stidham under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 23. Handoff up the middle. RJ Harvey breaks some tackles, has space past the 30 and fighting his way to the 32. It's a 9-yard carry for RJ Harvey. That's a great way to start this drive. All right, so 2nd and 1 for Denver. And just like stuff like that. And keeping things simple. If they can get a solid day out the running back room in this one, that would also help them. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, play action looking to throw, rolling right, dump off right side, caught by Pat Bryant. It's a gain of 2 on the first down. Keeping the chains moving. All you got to do. I will say, because like, they're depending on like the team and the player, you see jokes about the Guardian caps on these helmets at times. For Denver though, like for Denver until they zoom in on the player, you can't really tell there's a Guardian cap on Pat Bryant. One is the color that makes it that seamless, and 2, just already the helmet isn't that glossy. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Gonna keep it himself up the middle. Jarret Stidham on the read option for a gain of 8. And it's 2nd and 2. Okay, Denver. I see. I respect that play call. Yeah, there was He had so much space up the middle. Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do, which is just not turn the ball over. As long as he doesn't force passes into tough spaces, they're gonna be fine. Stidham under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to hand this off up the middle. And that is RJ Harvey going to fight his way for the first. A gain of 2 exactly. And a first down pickup for RJ Harvey. All right, 1st and 10 from roughly their own 44. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first. 3:50 to be exact. And counting. Stidham under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Man in motion, right to left. Going to hand this off up the middle once again. Trying to find some type of lane. That's RJ Harvey for a gain of 1. Denver's O-line is getting 0 push up front on these run plays. It is not helping. And like when they do get pushed, the plays work. Like they can be a good running team. They just need more of an effort up front. As there is a Patriots slow to get up after that play, it's Robert Spillane. That is a tough injury for that Patriots defense. He's been fantastic this season for them. An off-season acquisition from Las Vegas. He's been great. Him going down is going to hurt them. Yep, commercial break for the injury timeout. Yeah, but the sample size isn't quite the same though. Like Jarret Stidham as a backup, he's a solid enough backup, especially in this case where he hasn't played in 2 years and not with this offense yet. So New England doesn't really have a tape on him to really figure out what he likes to do compared to Bo Nix. Whereas Stroud, who plays every week, there's more ways to scheme against him. And also, most of the Patriots defense, even though it's different defensive coordinators and different head coaches since when Jarret Stidham was there, like it's still like at a very surface level. The Patriots are still the Patriots. They still run that team very similarly, and Stidham knows how that is. He was drafted by them in 2018. So he at least has an idea of what to expect against this defense, even if it's not a 1-to-1 comparison. Plus, also, again, the week of film study helps. At commercial break for the injury timeout. All right, still at commercial break. Oh, the Browns have now interviewed Anthony Lynn for a head coaching position. The reports about the Browns and how they've handled the head coach search this offseason, with like how data driven it is and like essays and personality quizzes they do, like it's, man, Cleveland. there's a reason why Cleveland has not been anything for, well, yeah, for about what, close to 30 years, 25 years. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right as we're just coming back from commercial break. Ball on their own 45. Stidham going to hand this off up the middle. And not much space for RJ Harvey. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. And that was an instance where they created a hole up front, but then they just had New England just had someone to fill that hole. Yeah, it's... Yeah. All right, 3rd and 9. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw once again. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for Courtland Sutton. It was dropped with Christian Gonzalez in coverage. So the Broncos drive stalls out. And they're going to punt this one away. Play that field position battle. Like, it's not a bad ball from Stidham. It's on target. One that you would want Courtland Sutton to come down with, even though it's, again, nowhere near a perfect throw. But again, not a turnover. You'll take it. I mean, again, that throw with that was an okay throw from Stidham. It's on target. Courtland Sutton needs to be able to catch that with what's expected out of him. Punt comes off clean. Going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. New England will begin from the 20. Yeah, you would want that ball to be more out in front, but he places it on his back hip. He needs it. That's one that Sutton. That's one you would like Sutton to come down with and just help out Stidham a little bit. At 1st and 10. It's not an RJ Harvey's jersey specifically, but yeah, it is a UCF jersey. 2:20 to play in the first. Maye under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Can hand this off up the middle for Trevion Henderson. That's a gain of roughly 4. All right, solid start to the drive. And the thing with college player jerseys is there's like one specific store near campus where you can get them at, and then they're like $300+ bucks. So I'm like, nah. It's not worth it. Maye under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Play action looking to throw. Maye with pressure coming, trying to escape, and sacked. Back near the 15. There you go. It is Quay Robinson on the sack. And now a 3rd and 15 coming up for New England. It's moments like that's the exact moment you need to be able to capitalize. Good coverage down the field. It's already Maye out in space for a bootleg off the play action. You just need to bring him down. And force them into these 3rd and longs. Maye in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw in 3rd and 15. Has some time, dump off right side, going to be just barely off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Ramondre Stevenson. The Patriots go 3 and out. Once again, their 2nd of the 3 drives. Ending in a 3 and out, and they'll punt this one away. This Denver defense, it's doing their job early. A minute to play in the first. I mean, I could see it. Denver last year had a good start against Buffalo in the wild card, and they lost big. Punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from the 42 and brought down roughly around there. So 54 seconds to play in the first. And the thing is, they're playing field position battle right now. And they are winning that field position battle. They are having some really good starting drives. Really good starting field position. While New England is inside their own 30. They just need to capitalize off of these eventually. Yes, I'm in the same boat. I do not want New England in the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was a 3 o'clock start with NFC Championship being 6:30 start EST. Yeah. And it is more so like college start times for these playoff games, which I get at this point because you're able to do that, and it helps with the local times and all that as well. Yep, at commercial break, waiting for the next Denver drive. At commercial break. Let me just... Yeah, that works. Alright, at commercial break. You know, we're getting more and more teases for Super Bowl commercials as this game's going on. So typically I have my headset on my boom arm for my mic, but I was kind of getting annoying with this, so I just took it off and threw it on my bed. I have had those naps where like I fall asleep around like 5 p.m. or like 4 p.m. for a nap and I don't wake up till like 9. Those naps those naps hit, but man, it really fucks up the sleep schedule after. Yeah. I haven't really had those like early short like sleep stuff yet though. I think I might have like a few years back, but I don't really remember. Just coming back from commercial break, Stidham under center, back behind him too, receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 43, gonna hand this off up the middle, and there's space to about the 47 for Jaleel McLaughlin. Not much else though. Yeah, 2nd and 7 coming up. One more play at minimum needed for the first quarter. And there's Davis Webb, who's going to be interviewing with, I think, the Raiders in the coming days for their head coach position. Assuming, assuming like, the outcome of this game. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw in 2nd and 7. Quick pass left side, caught by Evan Ingram. He has space for a first. Gain of 7 for Evan Ingram. You just giving what the defense gives you and letting your playmakers make those plays in space. All Stidham needs to do. As the Broncos are past midfield, and that's the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. Broncos lead by 7. New England has yet to run a play in Denver territory. And we head to a commercial break. Mine was New England and the Rams. I'm hoping I'm wrong with New England, but the Rams have been my Super Bowl pick the entire time, so I do kind of need them to pull through tonight. Hell yeah. Yeah. My parents are over they're in California right now. And they were like, hey, if we like, we're gonna send you like any jerseys we find just to see if you want them. I'm like, yeah, cool. So fun. There's not much. Part of it is like the Rams are expected to get new uniforms in the off season, and so are the Titans, and they're going to be going to Nashville and Tennessee soon. So I'm just like, yeah, I think I'd rather just wait till I'm out there myself to be able to like make sure I get the exact one I want. I think even signs have been there for that before the off season video as well. Like he's been trying to play that. Cool. just like Bloody Mary. Yeah, I still have not gotten around to it. It's been a weird weekend for me with one of my classes and an assignment for them for that. So yeah, true. So one of my classes is requiring us to use a coding software I have never seen before taking this class. So I have spent this past weekend and last weekend trying to slowly figure it out for each problem. It's been something. I Nice. Yeah, a lot of there's quite a big snowstorm coming throughout most of the eastern U.S. I know that the NBA is postponing games because of it. I know the Mavericks are still stuck in Fort Worth and they have a game tonight. Yeah. All right, just coming back from commercial break, the start of the second quarter. Stidham under center, back behind him. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming, dump off right side, caught by McLaughlin. Gonna find space for a gain of 1.5 yards or 2. Not bad. Yeah, just taking what the defense gives you. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. What else? The Nashville and Utah NHL game yesterday had like barely any people in there, so they just put everyone in the lower bowl for that. Yeah, the weather's not great in some areas right now. And of course, right as everywhere else is getting cold, Florida's entering a heat wave. Stidham looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Pass right side can be caught by Cortland Sutton. Gets up to roughly the 40. Gain of 5-ish. They make it a 3rd and short. Yeah. Damn, 10 and damn. Yeah, because like for like there was parts of last week, but more so 2 weeks ago, where it was really cold here. But yeah, now it's back to being hot. The Mike Norvell hot seat it's spreading. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. 3rd and 3. They get the snap off in time as Stidham looks to throw. Pass left side. Can he be caught by Jordan Humphrey? It's a gain of 5 and a first down. Gain of 5 and a first. All right, Denver's moving on this drive. They're doing well. I have to give it to them. 12, jeez. I think the most amount of snow I've seen was like a pile of like 2 inches of snow in New York when I was visiting there once. I've never really seen like proper snowfall. Stidham in shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle. And it's RJ Harvey, room inside the 30 to the 26, a gain of 9. You will take that carry every single time if you're Denver, if you can. Yeah, like I do eventually want to go to a place and move out of Florida and get to a place that has proper seasons, but I'm just not sure when that'll be. Stidham fullback dive up the middle going to be enough for the first. A gain of 3 for Adam Prentice. Hey, I'm all for it. Fullback dive, I'll take it. I will at some point visit up there to you, Fox. I'm no idea when, because I'm not sure when I'll ever have a need to go to Nebraska. But at some point, yes, we will. The Broncos fullback, the running fullback dives in this game. I'm here. I'll take it. Not every day you see a fullback get a meaningful carry. Stidham handoff up the middle once again for RJ Harvey this time. Going to be a gain of roughly 2 or 3. I'm gonna need to find an excuse to make my way over there. It might be a case where I just like stop by it on my way to somewhere else for like a day or 2. I do like a connecting thing. We'll see. Second and 8. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Has some time. Stidham rolling left. Gonna take it himself and gonna get down roughly near the 20. So gain of about a yard or two. Maybe they're inside the 20 though. And a 3rd and 6-ish coming up for Denver. I know, like it's nothing flashy, but it's Stidham being smart with the football. That's all you could really ask of him for this one. Is just be smart with the ball and we'll be fine. They definitely can. I don't think they need to though. I mean, just if you again getting up 2 scores in this one is going to be big for Denver. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Play clock winding down. To get the snap off in time as Stidham looks to throw, rolling right instantly. Trying to buy some time, gonna take it himself and diving forward for a gain of 5. Gets to the 14, needed the 13. It's a 4th and 1 coming up, and we'll see what Denver decides to do here. But Stidham is using his legs early in this, and I'm shocked at it. And the fact that it's working as well. Like it's impressive. No, I don't think they need to go for it though. In this game, points are so much more important than just, having a few extra plays, maybe just end up kicking a field goal anyway. Denver will call their 2nd timeout as they're not going to get that snap off in time. They were not even close to breaking the huddle with 5 seconds left in the play clock. It was a 4th and 1, 9:28 to play in the half. I forget the Pro Bowl exists, man. I wish the Pro Bowl had more meaning to it. All right, 4th and 1. I mean, even if you end up taking a delay of game, I think, yeah, you at least have to line up the offense. So Stidham under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. They're going to snap this. Stidham, instant pressure, pass right, side is intercepted. No, now they're saying incomplete. Either way, it's a turnover on downs. New England got instant pressure, and they keep this a 1-score game. Denver went for it on 4th. Blocking was not there up front. Stidham just trying to get it out there in the flat. Didn't have a chance. Yeah, it's incomplete, so it'll be New England ball on their own 14. You still pin them back there, but I think the points were much more important in a game like this. I mean, I get the play call. The execution wasn't there. I like the idea of cutting the field in half and making things easier for Stidham. Again, they just didn't execute on it because the blocking up front wasn't good enough. If they had better blocking, it would give Stidham time to properly extend that play more, and he probably takes it himself at least for the first. But yeah, I still would have just taken the points. Yeah, you take the points. At the same time, though, like it's Denver. The case with most of these teams, most of these teams at this point in the playoffs are there because they're willing to take those chances and they have executed on those. Like I get why they did it, but like again, at some point you're gonna need those points. Yeah, because the idea is that getting a touchdown there can truly like can truly put pressure on New England. But either way, a 2-possession lead is big. Yeah, exactly. It's strategic chances, and it's just yeah. Yeah, but it's still New England's play calling is different when they're in a 1-possession game compared to a 2-possession game. Because being in that 2-possession lead, it allows your defense to take more chances on their own right as well, and be a bit more aggressive because they know that you're still going to have the lead even if their aggressiveness comes back to bite them. So it opens up more for what your defense can do. Just coming back from commercial break. New England ball on their own 14. Maye in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to look to throw. First play of the drive. Pressure coming. Maye trying to step up. And sacked. Back at the 11. DJ Jones credited with the sack. Hey, there you go. Forcing them into those long down and distances. Yeah, again, I get the reason why they did it. I just think the points were more valuable there. But end of the day, as long as the defense keeps playing like this, they kind of don't matter. Maye in shotgun, looking to throw once again on 2nd and 13. Has some time. Pass left side, gonna be incomplete. Nearly a great throw towards the Mario Douglas. Just couldn't hang on through the contact of Talolona Hufanga. A little bit high on that, maybe. It's like Douglas is open in that keyhole. Good decision, not quite the throw you wanted. 3rd and 13 now for New England. .836 to play in the half. Maye in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Looking to throw once again. Maye with some time. Pass over the middle. It's going to be caught by Mac Hollins. Past the 30 to the 31. Mac Hollins making his return in style with that. And they keep the drive going. All right. Again, it's not defense. It's not the defense collapsing. It's one play. But again, having a 10-point cushion can help in moments. Maye gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a gain of 2-ish. Yeah. The thing is New England's offense has not been able to put up the same numbers as they were in the regular season because you're going against a lot more consistent defenses. It feels like it is soon, but at the same time, like they're finding ways throughout most of all this. So we'll see. Maye in shotgun, looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Pass over the middle, caught by Stephon Diggs. Gonna be a 3rd and 3 coming up. All right, 3rd and 3. .645 to play in the half. Maye in shotgun, 3 receiving options to the left, looking to throw. Has some time, stepping up, and gonna be brought down at the line of scrimmage. It's Zach Allen being credited with a sack. And the Denver defense holds up. New England will punt it away. All right. This Denver defense is going to be carrying a lot of this weight for this game. And I mean, they're able to. Yeah. But again, the common point with the Chargers, Texans, and Broncos is their defensive capabilities. Punt comes off clean, going to be fair caught at the 17 for Marvin Mims. Like, all three of those teams have really solid defense capabilities. It's with the Chargers, the offensive line was terrible. With the Texans, CJ Stroud threw a ton of picks. That's why it's like the difference that Denver can make here is just taking what the defense gives you, not turning the ball over, and taking the point. Getting points on the board is going to be massive against New England. Duh. Like, it's similar to how it felt with the Texans Patriots game. If you get to that 21, 24 point mark, it feels like you're gonna be fine. Ideally, Broncos Seahawks would be a better Super Bowl than the last time they played, but who knows? Yeah, because the Rams and Seahawks are more proven teams. Because they've beaten each other, they've beaten the 49ers, they've beaten some really damn good teams. New England has proved themselves to be a capable team, but again, playing 2 home games against teams with offenses that were always a question mark this season is different than going on the road against another and being able to still put up those same results. As of now, McDaniel is the Chargers OC. He is still holding out hope, I believe, for that Raiders head coaching job. But yeah, if that doesn't happen, he will be the Chargers OC. Yeah, if Patriots pull it off, it's gonna be tough to see them do the same against either Seahawks or Rams. But there's reason those games are played anyway. Because McDaniel pulled his name out of the Browns and I believe the Bills head coaching searches. So that leaves the Raiders and the Cardinals, but I don't think the Cardinals have interest in him. Yeah. They have passed my ceiling expectations for them this year. For a while now, I've been saying that I feel like the Patriots are a year ahead of their rebuild. I was expecting this kind of stuff from them next year. If the Broncos can get a 2-possession lead into halftime, I will feel really good about them being able to pull this off. It's just they need to be able to get that 2-possession lead. 5:50 to play in the half. Stidham in shotgun, a back to his left and to his right. Going to hand this off up the middle for RJ Harvey. Nice spin to get past the 20 and down to the 22. It's a gain of 5. And don't get me wrong, I expected the Patriots to be solid this year, but I had them more so around that 9-8, maybe 10-7 mark, and being right there for that 7 seed. I did not expect them to be 14-3. I don't think anyone really expected them to be this good. Stidham in shotgun, a back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw, Stidham with some time, pass right side, going to be incomplete. Looking for Courtland Sutton, a little bit behind on that quick slant. Going to be a 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah, I feel like if Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl this year ends up being a blowout like the Seahawks Broncos one from 2013, it would be perceived the same way, I think. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw once again. Pressure coming, dump off right side, going to be Marvin Mims, enough for the first. Gets 5 exactly. And they'll keep the chains moving. Yeah, just nice underneath route. Allow Mims to be able to use his speed to fight for that first. And he just barely stretches over it. Yeah, he gets it by about an inch. Yeah, but because of how hyped up that Super Bowl was, people's perception of it ended up being worse than it was. Whereas a Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl with it not being as hyped up would end up balancing it out. Stidham handoff up the middle, gonna be a pass to 30 to about the 32, another gain of 5. This time Jaleel McLaughlin. No, that was the Broncos' first year of relevance, really, since the Elway days. That was Manning's first year there. Again, it's the amount of hype compared to the result, and then for a Patriots Seahawks would be also like a lower amount of hype but similar result. It's gonna end up balancing out. Stidham under center, back and fullback behind him. Gonna hand this off up the middle for McLaughlin. Gonna be gain of about a yard or two. Hello. Every blowout Super Bowl ends up being just lumped together in the same category anyway. Even like no matter what the narrative is, just because you never really want to see a blowout in the Super Bowl. Obviously, like in the moment, some are more like shocking than others or more impressive than others. But at the end of the day, when people go back to it, they're just gonna be pushed off to the side. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Play clock winding down. Get the snap off in time. Stidham looking to throw. His pressure's coming. Gonna try and get this one away, and they're ruling out a fumble. It's picked up by New England. It's a scoop and score as it sits. He wanted to spike it at the feet of Taylor Batty as much as he can. Now there's a penalty marker down as well. This is a mess. They tried to get a halfback screen going there. It got so blown up. So what's going to be, I think as long as it's not ruled a fumble, the Broncos are fine. All right, they're saying the penalty is intentional grounding against Denver. So it's ruled incomplete. It's intentional grounding. The Broncos thankfully do not give New England points here. But it will be a 4th and 24 either way. Yeah, they try to get that they try to get the halfback screen going. Tyler Batty was never able to escape out to that left side. That's a fluky forward pass as well, but they're going to give it to him. The key thing for Denver, though, is that was ruled a forward pass and incomplete and not a fumble. Yep, that's exactly the case of Houston. But that's why like Denver's trying to make sure they don't turn it over as much. No, aside from Chiefs fans for the last year's Super Bowl. Because he never fully escaped the tackle box. And Tyler Batty wasn't quite in the area, I guess they're saying. And now are they reviewing this for a potential fumble? They might be. Yeah, because he kind of shovels that forward. That's a moment where for Stidham, if you can't get it out to your running back or at the feet of your running back, you just have to go down instead of trying to make something happen and get the ball out. Like it's still a 20-yard loss, but you would rather a sack than a fumble. But because they initially ruled the play incomplete, even if this is a fumble, there's no return afterwards. So it's going to give Denver some leeway here defensively, but that's a mess of a play to have happen right before the half. They're ruling it a fumble. The New England ball on the Denver 12. Their first play from past midfield. Maye quick pass left side, can be Kayshon Boutte up to about the 7. Yeah, essentially. It was kind of going forward. I don't know. It's just, again, it's a play where the smart move is to just take the sack at that point and again, play the field position game. I get wanting to make a play out of that, but you need to be smart with it. Maye in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Ball now on the Denver 6. Maye gonna take it himself up the middle, and he walks it in for 6. New England's an extra point away from tying this game up right before the half. And that's where the field goal instead of the turnover on downs would have been helpful. That's where Stidham playing smarter with the ball would have been helpful. Now you're giving New England momentum right before the half. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, turning a bad play into a disaster is the last thing Stidham can do. It's just like that. This game is now tied. As the extra point is up, and it is good. Yeah, that was the last thing Denver could have happen. Just go down. Just go down. Yeah, if New England ends up blowing out or winning this game, that would be the turning point. Because you can't make that kind of mistake. Yeah, because it looks like he's trying to do a chest pass in basketball, and either way, like it's just it's not the play to make. You go like you need to focus more on being smart over being reckless, and that was just being reckless. I mean, yeah, after how the Texans played in the divisional round, I mean, I was borderline speechless with that performance as well. It makes sense. Wentz, I pulled. My friend texted me right as that happened. He was just like, "What was that play?" I'm like, "Yeah, CJ Stroud took over his body for a second. Don't worry about it." After that, I wouldn't be too surprised. But like, I mean, Denver is still. I still feel like Denver's in a bit of control here, just because of how their defense has been playing. Like that's where you need to play the field position game. You need this game to be a low scoring game. You cannot have this end up being a shootout. It's not okay, yeah, I'll see. Yeah, that was rough. But again, they still have a chance to have the lead enter in halftime. New England does get ball to begin the second half, so you're in a bit of a rough spot there, but you take the lead and just play a defensive game. You have the defense. 2:10 to play in the first half. New England set to send this one away after capitalizing off the fumble. Kickoff going to bounce out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver will begin from the 35. All right, good starting field position. Good starting field position. All you need is a field goal. Oh yeah, the OM cheeseburger. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go to Applebee's again just for that. It looks really good. It's a trap, but I'm willing to fall for it. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Stidham with pressure coming, rolling left, and just going to loft this one incomplete. A throwaway from Stidham. See, playing smart. Yeah, but again, it's good. I saw something last night that was a garlic parmesan stuffed cheese, like a garlic parmesan ball that was stuffed with cheeseburger filling. And I'm like, that is so good. It looked so good. I need to find a way to make that. All right, Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. Final play before the 2-minute warning. Pass over the middle, going to be caught, and that's RJ Harvey for a gain of 10 and a fresh set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Game tied at 7. But Denver has ball roughly around midfield. Nice. I wouldn't say it would basically seal it, but yeah. Denver needs this to be the final drive before the half, and they needed to get at least a field goal. Getting a lead entering halftime is going to be big for them. Yep, at commercial break. To an extent, yeah. I still feel like this Denver defense is poised to be able to make a big time play at some point in this. All right, still that commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Yes, so New England going up 2 possessions would be closest to sealing it. But as long as it's a 1 possession game, you can never truly rule out anyone. But 2 possessions, that's where you can be like, okay, there's signs here. All right, just coming back from commercial break, 1:58 to play in the half. First and 10 for Denver from their own 45. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the right as well. They're about 13 yards out from field goal range. Stidham going to look to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is high and incomplete. Luckily just out of reach for the diving safety there, as he was looking for the Jordan Humphries. 2nd and 10 coming up. Not a ball you can miss on. Yeah, 3 possessions, 4 possessions, that would basically seal it. 2 possessions, there would still be a chance. 1 possession, it's still anyone's game. All right, Stidham in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, looking to throw. Pressure coming, and Stidham is sacked nearly instantly. Back at the 36 is Christian Barmore, and Stidham never stood a chance. New England will call their first timeout. Yeah, just never stood a chance there. That's a great move from Barmore. All right, so 3rd and 18. Not really much play calls you can do here. I think the key thing is just trying to make sure New England only has one timeout for the rest of the half. Maybe you get the first off with something, but Stidham in shotgun, going to look to throw once again. Dump off over the middle for Evan Ingram. Has space past the 45 and gets brought down near the 49. Just shy of midfield. It's a 4th and 6 coming up. You get 12. You're going to put your punter in a better spot to try and pin them deep here. New England calls their second timeout. And then Denver will punt this one away. Yeah, again, it's giving the punter a chance to pin them deep. And then assuming you can pin them inside the 10, the defense will be able to cook from there. To score 90, I don't think we'll ever see a team score 90. The games aren't long enough for that to be realistic. With how coaches call plays and blowouts. I think maybe we will see 75 at some point, but I doubt we'll ever see past that. Maybe 80 is possible, but I'm not sure what it would take for that to be the result. Punt comes off clean, going to be fair caught at the 10-yard line. All right. Minute 35 to play in the half. See if this Denver defense can now force a turnover of their own. First and 10 for New England. Maye in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle for Ramondre Stevenson. That's a gain of about 4. All right. So now New England's going to be killing some clock here. Now Vrabel wants him to go hurry up. I mean, if Denver plays this well enough, they could probably get the ball back with little time left. Maye in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw. Maye with some time, pass over the middle is dropped by Hunter Henry. 3rd and 5 coming up, 1:03 to play in the half. There is a chance here for Denver to get the ball back. And then with how good of a return man Marvin Mims is, if he can shake away a good return, there's still a chance to get the lead before the half. Yes, in actuality, that's the case, but there's certain games you can just tell a certain score will be enough. Maye looking to throw, quick pass right side, going to be caught by Hunter Henry, but stood up for only a gain of 2. All right, so it was a 4th down. Inside the 20, New England will punt. Denver calls their final timeout. There's still a chance to get points before the half. Yeah, and obviously, in garbage time, teams are going to end up making things a little bit closer. And then from there, the other team starts to panic and all that. And then you have other examples of, Super Bowl 51, where that was pretty much all she wrote at a point. From any Chicago game of this year. But, those are, more so the exceptions to the rule. I mean, at halftime of that game, I was joking with a friend about Green Bay blowing that one. Mims returns this punt to about the 49, just shy of midfield. All right, so Denver's going to have time. Only needing about 10 or so yards to get field goal range. Yeah, the rule is, it ain't over till the fat lady sings and all that. But, for some games, I mean, for majority of games, you can just tell when a team has no chance. Again, I don't think anyone, most people wrote off the 49ers by halfway through the second quarter in that game against the Seahawks. Like, you could just tell that game was over well before it was. For the good teams, at least. Stidham looking to throw in 1st and 10. Has time, dump off left side for RJ Harvey. Breaks off one defender, gonna get the first. It's a gain of 11 for RJ Harvey. He puts the Broncos into field goal range with 41 seconds to play in the half. And just like that, Denver has a chance to take the lead before the half. Yeah, I mean, the Packers blew that game in their own right. That was the 49ers. Yeah, the 49ers game was they did not play good at all. Stidham in shotgun, looking to throw in 1st and 10. Has some time, now pressure coming. You're going to throw this one away, incomplete. Keep playing smart. You're in field goal range. You don't need to force anything here. It's going to end up being a long field goal try, most likely for Will Lutz. But who knows? Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time as Stidham looks to throw. Quick pass left side, going to be caught by Courtland Sutton. He gets out of bounds with a gain of about 6 to the 34-ish yard line. 30 seconds is a 3rd and 4. Yeah, again, it's just in a game like that when there's just nothing you can do. It's just like it's tough. Games like that are always tough for the players. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side to get the snap off in time as he looks to throw. Rolling right, trying to buy some time. Gonna pump fake and gonna get out of bounds for a loss of roughly a yard. The key thing is he got out of bounds. And he didn't get brought down inbound. So he's gonna be able to send out the field goal unit. You don't have to go fire drill with this. Yeah. I mean, it's because they're trying to let plays develop deep down in the field in order to try for end zone shots, but they're just not developing properly. 54-yard kick from the right hash. It is up, and he pulled it to the right. It is no good. The Broncos end the first half empty-handed. The Patriots have 20 seconds in a timeout to try and get field goal range. Yeah, he sliced that thing to the right. He had the leg aplenty. That's a tough one. All right, now for the defense again. Just trying to hold this now with a 7-7 game. Maye in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Patriots need about 15 yards for field goal range. Maye looking to throw. Has time, pass right side, going to be low and incomplete. Looking for Kayshon Boutte. 15 seconds remain in the half. Again, New England gets ball to begin the second half. So getting points here could be big for them. Maye in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Play clock winding down. And there's movement up front before the snap. Going to be a false start against New England. So a 2nd and 15 now. And now they need roughly 20 yards for field goal range in 15 seconds. being called against Will Campbell there. All right. 2nd and 15. Maye in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw once again. Denver sends 3. Maye with time, deep shot left side, deep shot over the middle. Gonna be overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Kayshon Boutte once again. 3rd and 15 coming up. 9 seconds in the half. I kind of like the idea of a deep shot there. Boutte has a slight step. Yeah, that would have needed to have been a near perfect throw. All right, Maye in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw once again. Stepping up, gonna take it himself. Maye past midfield, going to get the first down and sliding down at about the 45. New England will get the timeout off here with 1 second. He just barely did. That's one you can see on the broadcast. He got that timeout. But they're not in field goal. They're about 3, 5 yards maybe shy of field goal range. I think either way you have to send out the kicker here. But good scramble from Drake Maye. And he barely gets down in time, but you see him call that timeout easily. I mean, Vrabel was signaling timeout before Maye even went down. Alright, so out comes the rookie kicker out of Miami. For a 55-yard kick before the half to give New England a 3-point lead. Would be a new career long for Andy Borgales? Right. It was a 63-yard kick. I'm off. Okay, 63-yard kick. From the right hash. Kick is up. And it is well off. No good, wide left. This game remains tied at the half. New England gets ball to begin the second half. He hooked that thing to the left. Well off. Hey, it had the leg. And it goes into the first row of the stands there. But yeah, he just does not have the accuracy off those long kicks. All right, but that's halftime. Game tied at 7. It's a defensive game, and that's what you're expecting. You're expecting a defensive game out of one like this. The question is just, can New England's offense actually produce here? Because aside from that fumble, the offense has not actually ran a play where they worked their way past midfield. Oh, you did not tell me that yet. That's awesome. Yeah. High scoring hockey games can be great. Nice. Yeah, a high scoring hockey game doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's one to watch. Yeah. The other night when the Panthers played San Jose, the NHL had their first goalie fight in like 6 years. And it was beautiful. The Panthers did not play well in that game against the Sharks, but that fight was great. And I think since that fight, the Panthers are 2-0. Yeah, they're closer, especially. Yeah, shootouts in hockey are great, and not talking specifically the overtime shootouts. Yeah, the Panthers play tonight against Chicago. That's going to be interesting. It was. Yeah, since the game against the Sharks, the Panthers have won 2 overtime games. I think they're like 3 points back of a spot right now. No, they're still five. Can Boston lose some? 5 points back with 2 games in hand. That's going to be annoying. Yeah. Especially when those goals in those higher scoring games are like just insanely impressive goals. It's one thing for it's one thing for a high scoring hockey game to just be like the goalie's not playing well. It's another where like teams have like 50 plus shots each, and it's still like, and the ones that have gotten in have been beautiful to watch. Yeah, I was gonna say I assume that one of them was empty net. No, oh, damn, okay. Yeah, no empty nets. That makes that even better. Because we're at halftime. Now there was I think it was the Oilers and the Penguins a few nights ago, where the Penguins scored 3 goals in 37 seconds, including a incredible tip in from like halfway into the O zone from Crosby. And like those are also really impressive and really fun. Yeah. Yeah. And Denver has made really only 2 mistakes in this. That is obviously the fumble from Stidham, and the other is going for it on that 4th and 1. I'm not sure if taking the points would necessarily mean this is still a 10-0 game, but it at least gives you like the ability to play the following drive differently. And then we'll see. Hey, like Denver has had a few good plays here, and they've had a good drive as well with that touchdown. It feels like they're right on the doorstep of another good drive. It's just when will it come and if it will come. Yep, at halftime. At halftime. I'm excited. I the biggest thing with Halfley is like they're wasting no time with doing things there, and I like that. Already have their already brought in Chris Tabor for the special teams coordinator. Already promoted Bobby Slowick to be the OC. They're wasting no time getting their staff into the building and trying to get a culture built. I also love that It is the first time in about 10 years that our head coach and GM are going to be fully on the same page. Maybe even longer because they're actually from the same organization. It seemed like that, Adam Gase and Chris Greer, even in 2016, were not fully on the same page with roster construction. So it's going to be the first time in a long time that there's at least a singular philosophy in that building for building the team. So I'm excited. It's not a very enthusiastic hiring because it ended up being like the very obvious one once Sully got hired as GM. But I'm fine with that. Miami for coaching positions and even for roster construction, you do not always need to make a splash hiring or a sign-in. It is these simple things that Miami has failed at in the past few years, and hopefully now they're willing to just be. Hopefully now this this front office and the staff is gonna be willing to just be like, yeah, we do not need 5 superstars on offense to get things going or on defense. We just need a team that's willing to work together and ready to work. What's gonna happen this game? About what I expected. A defensive game between these two. I'm kind of shocked of how little the New England offense has done so far. I think that's helping out Denver a lot, but we'll see how the half goes. There's some reports about who Miami's defensive coordinator is going to be that has not been finalized yet. They also have hired a receivers coach. He was the one in Tennessee the past few years, who is well respected across the league. That was announced earlier today. Like they're wasting no time over there, and I like it. That was the other big thing once the season ended. I was like, you need to get the GM in the building as soon as possible. You can't waste time this offseason in figuring out what the front office is going to look like, because you need to give them time to be able to figure out what the roster is going to look like this year. So the fact that they're wasting no time with it, I'm so here for it. They're getting guys in the building quick in order to be able to figure out this mess of an offseason that's going to be. Yeah. Again, I'm very curious to see how New England's going to look in the second half of this one. The first half offense was not there. So the second half offense going to need to take another step. But again, like it's New England is on the road. Drake Maye's first road playoff start. I'm not surprised. There's a bit of a hiccup. Maybe he figures it out in the second half. We'll see. It felt like towards the end of that half, New England's offense was starting to find a rhythm to an extent. And that rhythm was just Drake Maye using his legs a lot more. So we'll see. This game is going to come down to whoever makes a mistake next. It feels simple as that. Whoever makes a mistake next is going to decide this game. Whichever defense can make a play. All right. Second half on the way here soon. This is definitely a game where you get to 20 points, you're feeling really good. Welcome back. It definitely feels like the first team to 20 is probably going to win. I'm just not sure which team that will be because the offenses have not fully been there. Denver has had more flashes than New England so far though, so Yep, at commercial break, awaiting the start of the second half. One half of play remains. A trip to Santa Clara on the line in Super Bowl 60. Can New England get their first ever playoff win in Denver in franchise history? Or can Jarret Stidham complete the Nick Foles arc? We shall see. Second half moments away here. New England gets ball to begin the second half. And we shall see what they have in store. I do actually like New England getting ball to begin the second half, just because that will allow us to get a feel for the second half a bit better. Yeah, Drake May only 41 passing yards in the first half. Again, Denver's defense is doing their job. It's the same thing with Houston last week. The defense is doing its job. The offense has just made one mistake that has led to this game being tied. I could see it. I think one of the key things that these defenses has been doing against New England is they're taking advantage of how young the left side of the New England offensive line is. As we're getting some snow in Denver now for the second half. Okay, second half kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 1, base past the 15, past the 20, 25, past the 30, and down to about the 31. If the snow is starting to come down, this game get a whole lot more interesting. Because the other thing is, Denver's doing a good job holding Stevenson and Henderson in place. Drake May is the leading rusher for New England at 22 right now. And Maye under center, back behind him. Quick throw, left side, caught by Stephon Diggs. It's a gain of roughly 5. All right, I like the quick hitter early. Yeah, just getting into a rhythm to begin this half. Okay. You got to be able to take advantage of the fact that there's not a whole lot of snow on the ground just yet. But it is starting to fall. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. 2 receivers to the left. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that is Ramondre Stevenson for a gain of a yard, maybe 2. So a 3rd and short early on in this second half. It's 13-mile-per-hour winds. It feels like of 12. This second half's going to be ugly, isn't it? But New England has not been able to run the ball well today, though. That's the thing. You do have the more complete ground game, but I did for this game specifically. Denver's been more consistent. Maye gonna hand this off up the middle for Stevenson and gonna barely dive his way for the first. Gets 3 exactly. That was a very ugly 3-yard carry for Ramondre Stevenson. It's a 10-7 finish in the AFC Championship is going to be fantastic. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him, handoff left side. Going to get about a yard on the carries. It's Stevenson once again. Neither offensive line is able to get a big push up front for the running backs, really. Denver has a few times to get like a 2 9-yard carries, but for the most part, these defenses came to play. All right, Maye under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle, and there's the push the offensive line's been waiting for. It's a first down carry for Ramondre Stevenson, a gain of 12. Longest run of the game for these New England running backs. It took them long enough. They finally got that push up front. All right, so New England's past midfield for the first time in the half. The offense is running their first place past midfield in a drive that started from their own territory. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball on the Denver 46. They get the snap off in time as they give this up the middle to Trevion Henderson. Gain of roughly 4. All right. And then they're slowly approaching field goal range once again. Second and 6 coming up. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Tight end in motion right to left. The handoff up the middle. Going to bounce to the left side, but instead going to lose about 3 back to the 45. Trevion Henderson on the carries. A 3rd and 9 coming up. New England about 4 yards away from field goal range. So again, they have that 12-yard carry, and then it's right back to the offensive line not being able to get a push. Third and 9. Maye alone in shotgun. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming, stepping up and has space. Past the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Maye inside the 15 and out of bounds. Drake Maye's rushing ability in this game has been the best facet of New England's offense, and they've used it 3 times. 2 of them on scramble drills. Puts New England inside the red zone. Like you have obviously you have to contain him to some degree, but like he doesn't run like this often. But when he does, man, it massively helps out that offense. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff up the middle for Stevenson, and that's going to be stuffed at the line for no gain. All right. Been a solid opening drive of the half for the Patriots. Second and 10 from the Denver 17. Maye in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw once again. Maye, pressure coming. Pass deep, left side, going to be overthrown. Incomplete. Looking for Stevenson out the backfield. It's a 3rd and 10. All right. As it sits, Drake Maye has more rushing yards than passing yards in this game. So 3rd and 10. Maye under center, back behind him. Play action looking to throw. Dump off right side for a tight end screen. Gonna have space past the 10 and will depend on the spot. It's close for Hunter Henry. I think that ref is saying he's short. If so, is a 4th and inches. Yeah, he's gonna be short. Just barely. It's a 4th and inches. So what does New England do here? Yeah, he's barely short. It's close. It is really close. They're lining up Maye under center. Seemingly going to go for a tush push here. Play clock winding down, and not going to get the snap off in time. New England will take a timeout. They lined up for a tush push with Drake Maye. This could very easily be a big 4th down. If New England working their way this far down the field to end up with nothing in a game that's going to be decided by easily might be decided by 3 points. I mean, it's similar to Denver in the first half. Like, at what point in a game like this do you just say take the points? The offense is right back on the field. 8:10 to play in the 3rd. It's a 4th and a short 1, 4th and inches. Maye under center. Two defensive linemen in the backfield. There's the push for Maye. And it's going to be close. I think he got it. Maybe. It's going to depend on the spot. Did not get a lot of push up front. There's one ref saying he got it, but it's based off of where he is at the end of that. As it sits, it's 1st and goal, New England. Yeah, did not get a lot of push. That top down angle. It is very close. I'm not sure he got that. They're going to go hurry up here and make sure they get a playoff before a review. And there's the stoppage. There's going to be a review here. Denver's going to challenge this. It's very close. This very well might come down to is there conclusive evidence? Yeah, Denver's going to challenge this. There's not a lot of push from that New England offensive line. There's a second effort there, which maybe right into a commercial break. Yeah, it's not completely. It's damn near automatic, but it's not completely. Yeah, it's very close. It is very well might just come down to there's not enough evidence. Because there was a point with that top-down angle after he stood up the first time before that second effort where eventually he just gets underneath his lineman and you lose where the ball is. He doesn't move much after that, though. And before that, he is short. It's just, it was that second effort enough? And can we tell if that second effort was enough? No, that would be saved for Chicago. Is it though? I've never heard of that nickname. I mean, when I think of Beantown, I think of like the Bean statue that's in Chicago. I guess Beantown actually does make sense because of coffee. All right, still at commercial break as they're reviewing this. It very well might be a too close to tell situation. In which case, then yeah, they're gonna get this. And yeah, here's the top-down angle once again. Again, initially, he looks like he's short. But then there's that point where Zach Allen gets over top of him and you lose track of where the ball is. Call on the field is upheld. Denver loses the timeout. It's 1st and goal from the 7. Maye in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Handoff up the middle. Gonna be fighting his way inside the 5 and still going to about the 2, maybe the 3 for Ramondre Stevenson. There is under 7.5 to play in this 3rd quarter. We're still on the opening drive of the half. This has, no matter how this drive ends, it has been a beautiful drive for New England. They're killing so much time on this and moving the ball well enough. Yeah, there's something about that area. There's still most of them are still chill though. Maye in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to be a direct snap to Stevenson that loses a yard. Tried some trickery there. Stevenson couldn't come up with the snap cleanly enough. Gonna be a 3rd and goal coming up. Yeah. And maybe again, New England still needs to finish this drive. If they can find the end zone, I'm willing to say that it might be, but if they have to settle for a field goal, who knows? Maye in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time as Maye looks to throw. Trying to dance in the pocket and gonna be sacked. Back near the 5 is Jonathan Cooper on the sack. The Denver defense bends but doesn't break. It's 4th and goal from the 5. And I imagine they're just going to send out the field goal unit here. Yeah. Again, I have the ESPN stuff onto the side. I try not to look at it until I absolutely need to for that. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say this is GG just yet, especially because now it's only a 10-7 New England lead. Denver still has a very good chance here, but that was a beautiful drive from the Patriots. Like, that's a 16-play drive that lasted just about 9.5 minutes. That is a beautiful way to start this half. How does Denver respond? Second. All right. We'll see. Again, Denver's offense has been able to move at times in this game. So it's not quite just yet. Because I mean, again, Denver's offense, they have that touchdown drive, they have their turnover on downs, which was inside the 15. They have the missed field goal chance right before the half. So they can definitely do something here. As we're at commercial break, waiting for Denver's first drive of the half. Yeah, I mean, If they can hold on, they can. But these playoffs, we have seen multiple times that it really does come down to those final minutes. As we're just coming back from commercial break. Yeah, I mean they're going to get a lot of props no matter how this game finishes, just because of, again, most likely it's going to be a closer game, and it's impressive how well they've fought in this. Kickoff underway, going to be bounced and returned beginning from the 3, space past the 15, past the 20, and brought down near the 23. So Denver will start backed up a bit. First drive of the half. What does Jarret Stidham have in store? All right, Stidham in shotgun. So Stidham under center, back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. First play of the half for Denver, tight end in motion right to left, handoff up the middle for McLaughlin, bounce now left side, gonna get about 2. All right. 2nd and 8 coming up. Again, that ground game's gonna need to find a rhythm. It's been an issue since J.K. Dobbins went out. If Denver's going to go to the Super Bowl, they're going to need one of those two backs to step up big. All right, 2nd and 8. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw for the first time in the half. Pass over the middle, going to be dropped. Jaleel McLaughlin on the intended target, couldn't hang on. 3rd and 8 coming up. No, he was practicing this week, but he wasn't good enough to be activated off IR. So he will be back for the Super Bowl. It's just they need to get there. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Play clock winding down. You get the snap off in time as Stidham quick throws right side, caught by Mims. Trying to find space, gonna get only about 4. So Denver goes 3 and out to begin the half. Yeah, they're really gonna need their defense to do something. In the same way New England got a break from their defense with that fumble on Stidham, the Broncos are going to need the exact same thing. Either an interception or a fumble. More likely a fumble. All right, punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 19 and brought down near the 21. It's you need with RJ you need to get him out in space. He's not really a north-south runner. Where he thrives the most is his contact balance and being able to make people miss. He can eventually develop that north-south running style, but it's not in his NFL game just yet. In college it was. But he was also going against the American Conference for 2 years of his college career, and then in the Big 12 he got like 40 carries a game those final 2 years in college. He's still there. He just wasn't utilized on that drive, and that's fair. With the snow falling, you need power. He's not the most power of backs. He's elusive. He's just not. He's not one where he's gonna be lowering or shouldering anyone. Yeah, and the snow's starting to fall as well. All right, at commercial break. Yep, I mean they're gonna restock eventually either way. I mean, again, if Denver's defense can give the offense the same break New England's defense gave them in the first half, they're gonna be fine. But they're gonna need to get that break. Yep, at commercial break. Yeah. Yeah, still that break. Should be coming out of break here soon. We'll see New England's second drive of the half. There's 3:50 to play in the third quarter. All right, just coming back from commercial break. And yeah, Gillette Stadium is completely covered in snow right now. At least the field is. Denver, it's starting to pile up there a bit. Kind of just keep playing how you have been and hope, and you're eventually going to get a break. Maye play action, looking to throw, pass over the middle is low and incomplete. If you're going to pass, I like the idea of screenplays a bit more, but everything needs to be out in space. I wouldn't try going north and south against this Patriots defense. Get it out in space, take your 4 yards, and go from there. But also, if I was Sean Payton, I would have taken the points earlier in this game, and now this game would, at worst, be tied. At best, you have the lead. Maye in shotgun, looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Trying to find space, going to take it up the middle himself. Past the 30 and down to about the 34. They're going to need to put a spy out there at some point. And Drake Maye is single-handedly running all over this Denver defense, and they cannot stop him. You need to prioritize stopping Maye's mobility. I'm saying, like, when the Broncos are on offense, you can't be trying to run north-south against that Patriots defense. The Patriots interior of that the interior of that Patriots defensive line is too good. Maye gonna hand this off up the middle for Ramondre Stevenson, gain of about 4. So with that, if you're Denver's offense, you need to go outside a bit more. Most of their handoffs have been up the middle. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Gonna flea flicker this one. Maye looking to throw. Pass left side, gonna be placed beautifully for Mac Hollins. Out of bounds near the Denver 30. That's just a good play. That's a good play and a great throw for Drake Maye in this weather. How much has the snow piled up? The PWHL. Yeah. Dad, you definitely want to get that shoveled before the Rams game starts. Maye in shotgun, gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be 2 yards, maybe 3 on the play. We fought well with it. What was it? I've been shocked at the lack of penalties in this game. Even like the one main penalty we had earlier with the intentional grounding, that got declined at the end of the day because it was a backwards pass. I think because it was a fumble. There's not the refs are keeping it in the pockets right now. Yeah, there's been 2 penalties and there's been like 2, maybe 1 penalty in this game. Maye in shotgun, looking to throw in 2nd and 6. Pass right side, going to be off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Kayshon Boutte. So a 3rd and 6 coming up. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably, the Panther game starts at 7 tonight. I'll probably put that on in the background during Rams Seahawks, but yeah. Maye in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the left as well. Going to hand this off for Stevenson up the middle, and he is stood up at the line for no gain. It was a 4th and 7. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Out comes the field goal unit. If I'm not have they played in the snow before this year? They might have. By the way, I know damn well their kicker is not used to kicking in the snow, being a former Miami Hurricane. 46-yard kick to put New England up by 6. Ball on the right hash. Kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it wide right. Denver remains down by 3 with 11 seconds to play in the 3rd. All right, then Denver's still very much in this. As yeah, he sliced that wide right. We're going to a commercial break with 11 seconds in the 3rd. Come on, man. All right, at commercial break. What is this commercial for? Oh shit, it's an Odyssey commercial. Hold on. I wish I could hear this. Oh, that? Okay. This is like the first true extended look we've gotten at this in a while. The more I see from that movie, it looks good. All right. With that, I'll quickly be right back. All right. Go at commercial break. No, Christopher Nolan Odyssey. The Mario movie that's coming out in a few months is technically a Mario Galaxy, which it's probably gonna be a good. Probably gonna be similar to the first. I probably won't see it in theaters when that comes out. But I probably will see the Nolan Odyssey movie when that does. I'm real excited for that. All right, Denver's second drive of the 3rd quarter. One more play at minimum needed before the end of the 3rd. Maye. Stidham under center, back and fullback behind him. Man in motion, left to right. Going to Stidham going to hand this off up the middle, and that is RJ Harvey for about 1 yard. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes remain. A trip to Santa Clara on the line. It's a snow-filled second half in Denver. Who can pull away and make just that one play that will make the difference? We shall see. Just to make sure that nothing gets picked up on a mic that I don't want to. Because I in theory I could, off a stream test it and all that, but I just rather play it safe than sorry. Because tapping it mutes the mic, and it's just a way to make sure I cover all the bases when I'm not physically on stream. Yeah, it's just that way it mutes the mic, so that way I make sure that while I'm not physically on stream, nothing comes through. Just a way just a rather be safe than sorry type of thing. Because for the earlier stuff, first few streams and first year doing this, I didn't have a proper noise cancellation effect on the mic. I do now, but it's just it force a habit from those years to make sure that nothing gets picked up. Yeah, that's one way to mute this mic. There's other ways I could through OBS I can mute it, or if I'm on a Discord call I have a hotkey to mute it. It's easier to tap the mic. Because I've been doing it for as long as I have been. They can, but it's gonna need a drive probably here. It feels like this needs to be a field goal drive to some degree. I'm not sure how exactly they get that though. All right, just coming back from commercial break for the start of the fourth. Yeah, I don't get why there's even ads on this stream. I'm not technically monetized yet. That's just YouTube being greedy. That's weird. I don't get anything from that. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left, gonna quick throw left side, caught by Marvin Mims, trying to get the sideline, but gonna be forced out of bounds after a gain of only 2. We're also at the point of the snowfall where CBS is manufacturally put in the yard marks on the field as well. Yeah. Well, CBS can be weird like that because part of it is New England has such a long drive to begin the half where they needed to find an ad spot, and that was the best time to do it. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw once again. Has time, pass right side, gonna be incomplete. Trying back shoulder to LeJordan Humphrey. And the Broncos can't capitalize off the missed field goal. Not a bad throw from Stidham. He puts it on the money there, hits him in the chest. Just when that you would want Humphrey to come down with it. Instead, the Broncos will punt. All right, so the punt will come off clean and going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. We'll begin from the 20. Yeah. At commercial break once again, as we await New England's next drive. Yeah, again, when you have a 9.5 minute drive like the Patriots did to begin the half, you need to find the ad breaks throughout the rest of the game. Yep, at commercial break. I mean, this would be the point for Denver to force a turnover with the snow falling, with New England going to be primarily running the ball now. This is the time to take advantage of things and get that much needed turnover. It's just, will they be able to? It's still that commercial break. I mean, in theory they are, but this season they have not played in snow like this yet. They've been playing in a ton of pretty clean games. And in large part because New England's field is heated. Like they have not really played in a game like this yet. So we'll see. All right, 1st and 10. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Two receiving options to the left. Handoff left side for Stevenson. Cuts back and has space. Past the 30 and down to the 31. Yeah, but it wasn't snow like this. That was a flurry, kind of more of like a slush. It didn't stay on the field because they have the heated turf. This is the first time they're truly playing in a game like this. Maye under center, going to hand this off right side for Stevenson once again, and that's a gain of roughly a yard. Third. 2nd and 8. Maye under center, back behind him, two receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of roughly 3 or 4. Going to be a 3rd and 4-ish coming up for New England. It doesn't until it gets really high. I mean, it still obviously matters in a passing game, but in the ground game, yeah. Like any weather plays a factor. It's just that degree does change. Maye in shotgun, a back to each side. 3rd and 4 roughly. Play clock winding down. To get the snap off in time as Maye looks to throw. Has some time. Still looking. Trying to step up and sacked. Back at the 28. Denver's defense stepping up and forcing a 3-and-out with just about 12 minutes to play in the game. There we go. Yeah, good coverage on the back end as well. again, like he has Austin Hooper there, but it would have need to have been a damn near perfect throw. And with this weather, you're not gonna pull that trigger the same way you would in a clean environment. Those are the minor differences that the weather makes. Punt comes off relatively clean, going to bounce and be out of bounds right around the Denver 30. So they'll start from there. 11:29 to play in the game. And we head back to a commercial break. At commercial break. I mean, New England's gotten a field goal since halftime. That was something. The 30-yard line isn't bad field position. It's not great, but you'll take that field position. I don't know. I no matter how much we bring up the crown stuff for the YouTube chat, I don't think we'll ever truly figure out what it entails. All right, 11 and a half to go in the game, still at commercial break. Yeah. It's a dice roll for a lot of things. I wouldn't say they look lost. It's just they're not looking lost. It's just they're not executing. Like they're trying to be a style of team that they're not. And they're kind of being forced that way now because of the weather as well. Like the plays they're calling are making sense. They're just not able to get the push they need out of them. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right, two receiving options to each side. Going to try and hand this off right side for Harvey. Gonna get the sideline. That's a gain of about 9. See, going outside against this Patriots defense. That's what you need to do. Because you're not going to be able to run it up the middle against Milton Williams and Christian Barmore. You're gonna be able to kick it outside, especially since they don't have Harold Landry. So 2nd and 1. Stidham under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, left to right. Stidham going to hand this off up the middle. And that's RJ Harvey trying to bounce it left side. Shakes off a few defenders, but there's backup right there. It can be a 3rd and 1. He shook off 2. It's just there was 2 more immediately in his face as well. Again, that was supposed to be a handoff up the middle. Barmore instantly blows it up, and he has to bounce it outside, and that's not where the blocking's at. If you're gonna go outside, have it be designed to go outside. Rams Seahawks should be a better game than this. This was always gonna be a defensive game, which it's been a solid defensive game. It's just, yeah, it's not the most entertaining. Stidham handoff up the middle, going to be enough for the first. A gain of 3 for Tyler Batty on the carry. His first of the game. Just under 10 minutes to go in this one. All right. Stidham under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball on their own 43-yard line. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time as they play action and look to throw. Stidham with some time. Now going to roll to his right to buy more and going to throw this one away incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. I don't love the play action idea, but yes, throw it away. It's fine. Like if you're gonna do that, you need to have check down options. You can't be running 30 yards down the field in this weather. Stidham in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on their own 43. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off in time as Stidham tries a tight end screen to the right that never had a chance. Okay, that's the first time this half and really this game where I'm like, what is that play call? That never stood a chance. Your blockers are constantly behind Evan Ingram. What? What's that play design? That's the first where I'm just like, what are you doing? That's the first time when they've looked lost in this one. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left, going to look to throw in 3rd and 10. Stepping up, pass over the middle is going to be caught, but not enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 for Elijah Moore. And yeah, with how this game is progressing, you just have to punt it away. That was the first series of play calls where I'm legitimately like, what was the mindset there? Yeah, the ground game hasn't been great, but with how the weather is, you need to essentially be doing handoffs to some degree. Screenplays can work, but not when they're designed poorly like that. All right, punt comes off clean. Going to bounce and be out of bounds inside the 10, roughly near the 8. All right, you're pinning New England deep. But the defense is gonna need to be the ones to make a play first. The defense is gonna have to be the ones to make a play first. At commercial break. All right, at commercial break. Because it's a 3-point game where every yard matters. It's playing the field position battle. Punting there makes sense. You don't want to give them a chance to only have to go 5 yards for a field goal. Even though they're probably going to miss it because of the weather, you still don't want them to have that good starting field position. Force them to go 92 yards instead of only 47. Because the defense is playing well. The defense has given up 3 points in this game. Like, legitimately have given up 3 points. Like, the defense, like, you're confident you're going to get the ball back with this defense. It's just a matter of where you can be starting next. Even, like, can they? They've had 2 good carries. They have not been able to run the ball well against this defense. They have 2 carries. Drake Maye has 64 yards, but 3 of those are off of scrambles. So which are in nature a passing play. So they can't really the running backs have not been able to run the ball in this one. And if they're going to be throwing it, have a QB spy and force Maye to make a good throw. Because in this weather, there's a bigger chance of the throw being off target and you being able to capitalize off of it than not. Well, Trevion Henderson or Ramondre Stevenson are not getting open rushing lanes because of how good the Denver run defense is. Like, punting was the smart move, especially because they pinned them deep. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Ball on their own 8-yard line. Maye under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Maye going to have to keep this himself, and he slips down at the 5 because Ramondre Stevenson slipped. It was going to be a handoff up the middle. Maye then tried to take it himself after the play got blown up due to the field. And then Maye ends up slipping himself. See, like, with this weather, you take the... No, because if you stop them while they're inside their own 10, you probably can get the ball closer to midfield. 2nd and 13, Maye going to hand this off up the middle for Ramondre Stevenson. Going to fight his way for a gain of 2. So 3rd and 11 coming up. Also, I think the wind is at Denver's back as well. Like, again, a hold here on 3rd and 11. We could be talking about Denver having good field position. $7:14 to play in the game. Maye in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the left. Maye rolling right, looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be a throwaway, incomplete. The Broncos force a 3 and out with 7 minutes to play. They're going to get the ball back with some really solid field position. Yeah, this game has been another level of a mind game. Marvin Mims, a dangerous returner. Going to be back to return this one. He can be dangerous if given the opportunity. Punt comes off. That's not a great punt. It goes out of bounds, well into New England territory. That he shanked that. It's gonna be Denver ball on the New England 33. It is only a 26-yard punt, and that is why you played the field position in a game like this. Denver is already in field position, or already in field goal range, before the drive even starts. That is exactly why you play field position in a game like this. Yeah, that's a 26-yard punt. Yeah, so this is perfect starting field position. If Denver can find the end zone, this is a big drive for the Broncos. Stidham under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the New England 33. Handoff right side, and that's going to lose 3. Just again, just no push from those tackle spots. I mean, punting has worked for Denver most of this game. Because again, their defense is playing fantastic. Yeah, snow is completely covering the field. It's a second and roughly 12. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw, dump off left side for Harvey. Can't get a blocker out there, still makes one man miss, but not going to get much else. He's stood up at about the line of scrimmage. Whoever 82 is needs to be more aggressive out there. I mean, with the only issue with this is the weather. Because yes, you're in field goal range technically. Are you confident in sending out Will Lutz for this kick? You're gonna have to. Unless you get it to a 4th and 5 and shorter. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Stidham looking to throw. Pressure coming, gonna step up and take it himself. Stidham has space and gonna slide down at roughly the 28. Gonna be a 4th and 5 with 5:20 to play. And this gets interesting. Yeah, that screenplay got blown up, but Stidham, good heads up move just to take it himself. So what's the choice here? Out comes the field goal unit to tie this game at 10. I don't like this decision really. With this weather, you're not close enough. It's a 46-yard kick from the right hash. Kick is up, and he missed it wide left. Yeah, no. Yeah, 4th and 5 is still long, but I think you have to go for it there. You have to go for it. You can't waste that field position. Oh, they're saying it got blocked. Hold on. Yeah, that might have gotten him blocked. Oh, okay. I'll change my tune then. If that did get blocked, then yeah, then that's just unfortunate. Yeah, it got blocked. New England special teams. It always comes up when you need it, it feels. It got blocked. Unfortunate. That's just wow. Yeah, no, that might be the play. That very well might be the difference making play that this game was waiting for. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff left side for Stevenson, gonna get about 2. Wow. New England special teams, ever since Belichick first arrived there back in like 2000, New England special teams has always been a very key unit for them. They like New England has always very well pushed all 3-phase football. And no bigger time for that to be showcased than right there. Maye under center, back behind him. Handoff up the middle for Stevenson, going to lose about 2. So a 3rd and 10 coming up. I mean, that's Denver. That's Denver wasting a perfect opportunity. That kick being blocked is game changing. They still can. They're still gonna have time, but they're gonna need some luck now. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. They give to Stevenson right side, gonna be stood up at the line for no gain. The Patriots go 3 and out once again. Again, Denver's gonna have plenty of time, but now you're in 4-down territory. Now you are properly in 4-down situations. Because there's 3 minutes left. I think Denver's calling a timeout here as well as the clock just stopped. Yeah, so you have 1 timeout in 3 minutes. You're in 4 down territory. You're in 4 down mindset. So this is going to be the drive. A Jarret Stidham legacy drive for Santa Clara. Wow. Yeah, it's make or break for Denver. If they can get a bad punt from New England, or if they could block this punt, they're sitting so good. But yeah, they can still win, but they're gonna need a lot of help off of that. As this has been a very rough game. Watch the punter slip here. Punt comes off clean. Still not a great punt. Gonna be out of bounds. What, that's 43, I think? No, okay. It ends up being a pretty good punt. Out of bounds at the Denver 32. Was better than I thought. Still not great, but it still puts the Broncos in a weird spot. I weirdly enough, I do still think if Denver gets in the field goal range, this game goes to overtime. It's the main reason is it's like 13 mile per hour winds, and it's at their back. That's gonna give them an extra like 2-3 yards on the field goal try. Stidham in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on their own 32, but obviously the idea is to get in the end zone. Stidham looking to throw. Pressure coming, stepping up. Shoveling pass right side for RJ Harvey, gonna get a yard. Alright, okay. Probably should have dumped it off there sooner. Definitely should have dumped that off sooner. Instead, yeah, he did a weird like shot put pass. He's having no grip on that ball. And they're still trying to go deep with some of these passes. Oh no, yeah, it is. Stidham in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. To get the snap off in time as he looks to throw once again. Pass right side, gonna be a terrible throw. It's intercepted. Christian Gonzalez. As Stidham was looking for Marvin Mims on the right side. He put it too far inside. And that might be it. They can still stop the clock twice, but that's a bad throw from Jarret Stidham. Again, why are you pushing it so far down the field in this weather condition? Why is there no check down option? Like, you need a check down option there. You absolutely need one. In this weather? That's that bad play call, bad play design. Yeah, that might be it. The blocked field goal. The blocked field goal and the turnover on downs. The 2 moments. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to hand this off up the middle for Ramondre Stevenson. And that's going to be a gain of roughly 4. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Yeah. The turnover on downs early. And the blocked field goal. Honestly, I legitimate. If instead of the turnover on downs, the Broncos kicked a field goal, there is a really good chance they shut out the Patriots. Because if you're up, you kicked a field goal there, you're up 10-0. The Patriots, let's say they go 5 plays and punt, hypothetically, and then you get the ball back up by 10. you're calling that drive differently, and thus you probably don't have the fumble. It's the fumble that cost them this game more so in the grand scheme of things. But that happens because of the turnover on downs the drive before. Because it remains a 7-point game. And what I was saying in the beginning of this, if Jarret Stidham just plays a clean game, the Broncos will be fine. He made one drastically bad mistake in that what's it called, backwards pass or fumble, whatever they called it as. He just goes down there and they punt. We're talking a different game. The Broncos can have a miracle. Yeah, they still have one timeout. So they're going to be able to get the ball back, but it'll be with like a minute remaining, if that. So they're going to need a miracle in this weather, which is possible. But yeah. It's the turnover on downs, more so the backwards pass or fumble, whatever they end up calling it as. Yeah. And obviously, like the blocked field goal is just the Patriots being the Patriots. Probably there's no denying Bo Nix is a better quarterback than Jarret Stidham. So he probably does make a difference. How much of a difference? Enough to win for sure. Because I think if you have Bo Nix out there, especially in that first half, you're able to call the game differently from an offensive play calling perspective. And thus you probably have a 14-point lead early on in this game. So yeah, Bo Nix definitely makes a difference in this. Which is why it's like with how New England has played in these playoffs offensively, and yes, the weather's bad in the second half of this one, but with how they've been playing, even before the weather came into effect, I don't think New England's playing well enough offensively. Maye under center, back and fullback behind him, a handoff right side, going to be stuffed at the line for no gain. Denver calls their final timeout. New England's defense is doing a lot, which is fair. Defense does win championships and all that. You need a really good defense. But when you look at the offenses they played against as well, it's a Chargers team with the worst offensive line in the playoffs. That was at that in general. Like they have a bottom 5 offensive line in the league, if anything. It's a Chargers team that leading up to the playoffs, the offense was going to be an issue. Most people knew that. It was going to just be, can they find a rhythm? They took advantage. Like that's a game where the Patriots defense legit played well. And in this game, they're going against Jarret Stidham. Like the offense is not there. It's close. The offense feels close, but it's just, I don't know. Maye looking to throw in 3rd and 6, rolling left, gonna take it himself, and that will do it. A first down carry. It's a gain of 7, and the Patriots have booked their ticket to Santa Clara. They'll take on either the Rams or the Seahawks. For the first time since 2018, the Patriots are back. Just wow. I mean, it's again, I still have to give the Patriots a lot of credit for winning this game with how poor they've played offensively. Like, the offense put up 3 points in this game. There was missed kicks. They missed 2 kicks. There was plenty of missed kicks throughout this, as there was an encroachment penalty against Denver. Like, I have to give the Patriots credit. And like, it's the idea, like, if the weather doesn't come in, they probably do play better offensively anyway. Like, this is a Patriots team that, did not play well. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. This is not a game that Denver should droop their head for. I mean, yeah, like you had your moments, like you had that blocked field goal that if that doesn't happen, this game probably goes to overtime, if anything. as there's the first kneel down. But this was just one of those games where it came down to whoever made the least amount of mistakes, and in the end, Denver made a bad mistake. I will probably. Should have time. Yeah, but yeah, they're kneeling this one out. The Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. Oh man, it's gonna be a tough one in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, it's the Patriots looked rough offensively. The difference maker was the fumble. That being ruled a fumble was the difference, and it's crazy that ended up being the case. One more kneel down is needed. Yeah, like it is a pain that they got back this quickly. And it's also just the way they got back and just like the path they took, because like the Patriots never dominated a game offensively throughout this. But there's the final kneel down. After a 4-13 season last year with Jerron Mayo as their head coach, the Patriots go 14-3 and are in the Super Bowl. They're going for number 7. It depends how they win the Super Bowl. It really does depend how they win it. And if they do, that's that. I feel for Broncos fans, man. This was another game just like the divisional round where the Patriots should not have won. But at the end of the day, you win the turnover battle, and you capitalize off mistakes. Yeah, it's going to be more so in your favor. It's hopefully Rams Seahawks is a better overall game. That'll be it for me for now. I'll be live in about 30 minutes or so, 25 minutes for Rams Seahawks as we decide what the exact matchup for Super Bowl 60 will be. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll see you all then. I'm going to quickly schedule that stream. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.